Major breaking news, especially if you're an American living in Miami. I have just found out that 3 people have actually been unalived within the Chrome facility in Miami. And this is most likely due to the terrible, abhorrent living conditions that detainees are being subject to. For example, the facility is said to be able to hold around 500 people. There are currently over 4,000 inmates within that facility. 4,000 people, many of which should not even be there. And of course, as you can imagine, this has made people resort to sleeping on the floor. People aren't getting food. Some people are actually saying that they're only getting about 1 cup a day of fresh water. Many people who have pre-existing health conditions, for example, they're not getting their medications. And the absolute worst part about all of this is the fact that when these people are being unalived within these facilities, they are said to have no IDs, no identification, and so they have no names. There's no way for us to even verify who these people are. It's confirmed that these conditions are disgusting, and irregardless if you are an illegal alien or not, you do not deserve to be subject to be treated like a literal animal. I really wonder if this is the true reason as to why the United States also decided to withdraw from the United Nations Human Rights Council, because Lord knows this would instantly be a violation. So yes, of course, other countries are being affected, such as countries within Europe, but still that is as a result of us catching strays to what is actually happening in America right now.
Americans voted for this, and this is the tragedy. We live in a country that's extremely divided. Everything is black and white. Immigrants are, they're all criminals. They're all bad. They're all scum. That is the rhetoric that's coming from this administration, and that's what people are, repeating and believe.
Some people are taking it a step further and saying that right now the United States feels like North Korea.
Whatever you're doing right now, stop and watch this video. The Chrome Detention Center in Miami is incredibly dangerous for migrants, and people are dying in U.S. custody. There have been multiple heinous witness accounts talking about how they have 1 cup of water every 24 hours. There are 46,000 people crammed into a space meant for 40,000, detaining them. They have nowhere to go. They can't breathe because it feels like there's so many people on top of them. They have nowhere to use the restroom when they're in transit, so they have to piss on the floor walls. This is how our government is treating human beings. Not to mention those that the government deems questionable or are being immediately sent to foreign prisons without a trial. How are these not massive human rights violations being committed? What these people are doing by coming to the US originally is trying to create a better life for themselves. And now they're ending up in this detention center where people are dying. 3 people have died so far.
And rumor has it that now they are even catching Americans, not only those that have just come to the country or illegals, literally Americans that were born in America. They are canceling their citizenships and they are sending them back home. But not only sending back home, they are detaining them, sending them into weird prisons. Let's see what people gotta say about this situation.
Por favor, compartan este video. No es broma. Estamos en una situación en serio de preocupación. Nos tienen secuestrados prácticamente. Hay gente que está enferma. No nos dan atención médica. Sabemos que estamos arriesgándonos ahorita. Estamos en un proceso de deportación, pero llevamos más de 20 días. Hay personas que llevan más de un mes que no se pueden comunicar. Por favor, ayúdenos. Por favor, compartan. Claudia Sheinbaum, si ves esto, por favor, apóyanos. Habemos decenas de mexicanos que estamos durmiendo en el suelo. Por favor, compartan, ayuden.
Well, now we know why they're throwing this all on Marco Polo. Now we know. It's not just avoiding the order and breaking the order and all of that, but people have passed away. And frozen water has been lying about everything, about everything. Okay, so in Miami, I believe it was 3 people. I might be wrong. I heard that I got 2 identifications. I don't know if the third was or wasn't, so bear with me. However, I believe it was 3 people passed away specifically due to no food and water. Okay, this facility is built to hold 500 people. They have 4,000 people stuffed in there. They are given 1 cup of water a day because there's not enough to go around. And even with that, people are starving and going thirsty. 3 people passed away from starvation and dehydration. Okay, so then Frozen Water tried to say that, well, they don't know who these people are. None of them have ID because they're all undocumented. And of course, that's not true either. Their identities are coming out. They were in different stages of legality, whether they were holding something already or in the process of citizenship. They were all doing what they were supposed to be doing. And no, they were not criminals. That's the other the thing that, the steeple people love to hop in. Oh, well, they must be. They must be. So they have been lying about the status of these people, if they had documentation on them, the criminal backgrounds of these people, how they're being treated. They're not just being mistreated and starved and dehydrated. These people are being treated the way ice cream treats the people in Pali. You know, those things that you've been hearing about what they do. It's not quite there yet, but it's getting there, and it's getting there quickly. They are not being treated humanely. They are being used, the way certain people with too much authority like to use imprisoned people that they know no one else cares about. Okay? I saw the thing where the Stench revoked the security clearances for a retired military official who no longer is active and doesn't have it anyway. And I just said, isn't that... It encapsulates everything that they are doing. Like, it encapsulates how inept these people are. They are over here wasting time getting rid of security clearances for people that aren't even working anymore. And meanwhile, folks are dying at our hands, on our dime, on our time, on our land. And it makes sense that now they want to throw Marco Polo under the bus. And, it's him. He's the one who's doing all of these horrible things when it comes to deportation. Remember, they had to pull people out of G-Bay because the conditions were so bad. They said, no, you got to shut that down. Okay? I mean, and we're paying. We're paying. We're still paying for the people in Panama in those hotels. We're paying for that. We're paying for all these flights. We're paying for the lawsuits that are coming from this, and we're paying more for the system of what they're doing. They are spending more money doing it. They're doing that on purpose and pocketing things, hooking their friends up, making media about it, giving that chick a makeover, a new weave so she can just talk about it, making commercials and ASMR out of it. And all of that pomp and circumstance, they are still deporting less people than the Biden administration, and the ones they aren't the ones they're supposed to be. They aren't getting rid of criminals and the undocumented. They're just rounding up people with the right sounding names and the right tone. Oh, side note, that thing where they revoked the status of 500,000 people if they're from Cuba, Venezuela, Haiti, etc. You want to know why they said a 30-day self-deport? You want to know why? 30 days to self-deport is just enough for them to try to get people to leave of their own will. And when it comes back that was illegal and unconstitutional and everything else, they're minimizing lawsuit. They're still going to get sued. But if people leave of their own free will, they can say, see, we didn't deport those ones. We just illegally revoked all their stuff and told them to leave on their own. We didn't put them on planes and stuff this time. But that shit's going to be a problem too. That's going to be a problem too. So, we're just adding lives on top of lives. I mean, we've lost American lives in this. We still are with the planes coming out. And I mean, we're fine with that. We're fine with people losing their jobs. We're fine with people being starved while they're being held with ID. We're fine with citizens getting picked up and held when they have ID. Just held anyway. You're fine with getting your phone searched. A lot of y'all are like, that's okay, I'll just take a burner when I go. And I'm like, I'm glad it's that simple for you. That your reaction is, I'll just take a burner. Like, you're missing it. You're missing the fact that you now have to take a burner phone on vacation is the problem. That's the part you need to be feeling. But you're skipping right over that. interesting. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but Marco Polo better watch out.